Thank you, Anjali. I must thank both Professor Rajeshwan and Professor Aditi to have asked me to perform this very pious duty of uttering a vote of thanks. I don't think vote of thanks would be the right word. A word of thanks for Joe, because I'm sure he wouldn't like a formal vote of thanks. On behalf of the Development Management Institute, sir, we are very grateful to you that you have taken your very valuable time out to be in our midst. And on this second Development Practitioners Perspective Week that we are holding at the campus, I think your life's journey that you have shared, I'm sure has not only been very motivating to our participants, I'm sure it must have ignited a lot of ideas in their young minds as to what they can do when they walk out of the portals of this institution. Striking a personal note, I must say that I've been a beneficiary of your hospitality. It was sometime, friends, in the year 2012, I remember, I was a member of the committee of the Government of India and the MORD to look at development of individual land holdings under the MGNREGA. And that's when a gentleman by name Mr. K.S. Gopal, who was the chair of the committee, suggested I must visit Gram Vikas. And I remember Joe drove me down to Berhampur from Bhubaneswar after we had a meeting with the Rural Development Minister in Odisha. He accommodated me in his hostel. I was a little worried how the accommodation would be, because as we drove from Berhampur 6 kilometers inside, we were going almost into a rural area. And when I woke up the next day morning, when I looked around the Sylvan surroundings, the beautiful teak plantations they had around, and those well-designed rooms where nothing but a cot, a table with a table lamp and a chair, which can be a self-contained executive suite, if you like to call it. And when I told Joe that your accommodation is so comfortable but very functional indeed, he said, we get a lot of probationers from the Indian Administrative Service who come and spend 2 to 3 days year after year. And that's when I realized what development means and what an individual or group of individuals can do to create an institution. And then my next question was, how are you going to sustain it? He said, look, I don't know if my successors will be able to raise the same level of resources. I don't know if you recall, Joe, these were your words. He said, I have planted these teak trees so that if worse comes to worse, they can keep chopping some of these trees, sell the timber and make money to keep Gram Vikas moving forward. And then in the rest of the day, I remember walking with him into the villages. Almost in every toilet, he has got this slogan painted, the house of dignity. I was really surprised when he even knocked at some of these houses. He opened the doors. I said, probably they could be bathing or they could be using the bathroom. He said, look, there was large scale open defecation here. Today, they have these houses of dignity. And I don't think they're ashamed of me opening the door. Can you see the level of comfort, the level of confidence, and the level of trust between those tribal communities and the organization? And then, as he rightly shared, the gravity-driven water supply system to the toilets is what really made those toilets successful. And he went on to also demonstrate to us how in every hutment or every dwelling, they've got either a papaya or a mango tree or a banana plant planted, so that the water that comes out of the toilet is not lost, but it nourishes those plants, and then the poor tribals also have access to some fruits. This is the kind of imagination, this is the kind of planning, this is the kind of strategic thinking that Joe and his team has been able to bring to Gram Vikas. And I'm sure some of you will have an opportunity to go and visit him and see the great work that is happening there. On behalf of all of you and on behalf of the Chairman Board of Governors, Mr. Anup Mukherjee, who was here punctually at 1 o'clock. We had invited him to join us at 1:30. He said, I'm eagerly looking forward to listen to this address. So he was here at 1 o'clock. Sir, we are very grateful to you for having taken your time out, and I'm sure your presence has been equally inspiring for the participants. And I'm sure Professor Aditya would like to invite the Chairman Board of Governors to share a small memento. But Joe, on behalf of the Development Management Institute, we are truly grateful to you. And we look forward to you and your team coming more often on the campus and interacting with our participants. Thank you.